Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the congresswoman from New York, the Democratic congresswoman, knocked Lauren Boebert, the Republican lawmaker, for Boebert's call to end extra unemployment benefits, for Boebert's call to end the $300 a week federal booster. Here's the headline of an article on your screen from The Hill. Ocasio-Cortez knocks Boebert for call to end extra jobless benefits. In fact, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez ripped Lauren Boebert, who's a Republican from Colorado, for remarks regarding the extra unemployment benefits during a conservative gathering in Dallas over the weekend. Here's exactly what Boebert said. "We are here to tell government, we don't want your benefits. We don't want your welfare. Don't come knocking on my door with your Fauci ouchie. You leave us the alone." Now, Lauren Boebert actually said this past weekend on Saturday at CPAC, which is the annual gathering of conservative politicians, activists, and organizers. And she was referring to the infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Let's take a look at this tweet from Congressman Cortez, and I'll actually show you the clip of Lauren Boebert that essentially set off this battle, if you will, between AOC and Boebert. Once again, let's see the tweet on your screen. "Tell him loud and proud, girl. The Republican Party will strip your unemployment protections and dismantle any semblance of a public safety net we have left. Then they'll make working people pay way more for everything on low wages while Wall Street gets a meal ticket. Good old conservative values, baby." And let's hear from Lauren Boebert, a conservative who's currently serving her first term, who, by the way, was amongst a bevy of Republican members of Congress who are still loyal to former President Trump, who spoke at CPAC over the weekend. Let's roll the tape and hear from Boebert. Let's watch.
"We're here to tell government, we don't want your benefits. We don't want your welfare. Don't come knocking on my door with your Fauci ouchie. You leave us the alone."
And one thing I want our viewers and subscribers to know is that just a day prior to Boebert speaking, fellow Republican, the young Congressman Madison Cawthorn from North Carolina, he rallied the crowd by warning against President Biden's proposed door-to-door COVID vaccination campaign, claiming the same methods could be used to take people's guns and Bibles. This is exactly what Cawthorn said. I'm going to quote him. "Think about the mechanisms they would have to build to be able to actually execute that massive of a thing. And then think about what those mechanisms could be used for. They could then go door to door and take your guns. They could go door to door and take your Bibles." Now, this is absolutely bananas. I don't even know where Cawthorn came up with that. But I just think that this kind of fear-mongering, this kind of tribalism is something that desperate Republicans are resorting to in an effort to make themselves relevant, in an effort to agitate, in an effort to create fear amongst their voters, amongst their supporters, because fear sells when it comes to politics. Politics is about timing, opportunity. It's about tribalism, and it is about perception. Tribalism is us against them. Never, never, never give any credit to the opposite side, no matter what they do. Demonize them as much as you can. In fact, Boebert made headlines earlier this year when she actually appeared to carry a gun on the streets of Capitol Hill in an advertisement. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has spoken out against Boebert and Cawthorn and many other Republicans in the House for downplaying the dangers posed to members during the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. Let me know in the comment section below whether you agree with what Boebert said. In fact, let's roll the tape one more time and hear exactly what Boebert said, because this is what set off Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Let's roll the tape and once again see what Boebert said about us, meaning the American people, not needing a handout from the government, not needing benefits from the government. In fact, her specific words are, "We're here to tell government, we don't want your benefits. We don't want your welfare. We don't want you to come knocking on our door with your Fauci ouchie. You leave us alone." Pretty radical, pretty dramatic. Let's roll the tape and hear from Boebert. Let's watch.
"We're here to tell government, we don't want your benefits. We don't want your welfare. Don't come knocking on my door with your Fauci ouchie. You leave us the alone."
And of course, there was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's response. Let's show you AOC's tweet on your screen once more. I want you to let me know in the comment section below whether you agree or disagree with AOC's position. Obviously, AOC, as a Democrat, as a liberal Democrat, wants more benefits, wants more help for those who need it the most. And Boebert being a staunch conservative, believes that government should stay out of people's affairs and we don't want government benefits. This shouldn't be a black and white situation, which is what both Boebert and AOC are presenting it as. This should be a simple matter of helping those who need help the most. Folks, I believe there are certain people who need help, and when given the help, they can rise above and make something of themselves. They can live the American dream. They can escape the cycle of poverty that you see on your screen right now. On the other hand, there are people who take advantage of the system. I know for a fact that there are certain individuals taking advantage of the eviction moratorium. That is just the nature of our system. People take advantage of the system. On the other hand, there are those who don't need help at all, and they are not the ones who should be getting help. I believe the answer lies in targeted help for those who need it the most. We don't need a big, wide government safety net for everyone because not everyone needs the help. At the same time, we can't simply say, hey, we don't need help from the government, because the truth is some people do need help from the government. I don't believe that Boebert is completely right or completely wrong, and I personally don't believe that AOC is completely right or 100% wrong. I believe the right solution lies somewhere in the middle, where help goes to those who need it the most. Because at the end of the day, those who need help the most should get it. And that is a part of responsible government and a part of responsible governing. Please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I want you to know I work very hard on this channel to bring you the latest news, and that will continue. My goal is to bring you the latest news and to bring you the truth wherever the truth might lead us. I want you to know that I will always work hard on this channel to bring you the latest information that impacts the country, the economy, as well as our money. Thank you so much for watching. Here's my Twitter feed. You'll be able to keep up with all the latest news stories side by side with me, and you'll be able to engage with me on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Once again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. This right here is a little bit of information about me. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. I want you to know I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.